Sorry about that last video. I was muted and didn't know it. So hopefully you guys can hear this. Welcome to Tish Talk. Hello, hello. Hey, y'all. Hey. This is Tish Talk. Welcome, family. Just come right on in. Make yourself at home. Get some popcorn and some soda or whatever the case may be. Thank you guys for watching. I appreciate you all. And everything here is a legend, and the fair act use will be in the description box. Everything here is a legend and for entertainment purposes only. Don't take it as factual. We just talk about energies, okay? All right. And so the copyright disclaimer under Section 107 and 108 of the U.S. Copyright Act of 1976 will be in the description box, which allowance is made for fair use and for purposes outlined in the description box. All right. Everything here is alleged. Obviously, we don't know these people. Don't take this as fact if you don't want to, and don't take it as fiction unless you want to. All right. So jumping right in. We're going to be discussing Cardi B and Stefon, pulling on some energies, talking about a dream that I had last night. And we're going to be talking about from Offset to Cardi's perspective. Okay, how is he viewing the shenanigans and the things, which I know he has his own going on right now, but because I channeled him after the reading on Cardi B and Stefon, I may as well jump on in and deal with it. And give me 1 minute to actually, I'm just gonna leave the air the way it is because I don't want to have to get up. All right, and so yeah, we'll just be going around talking about a couple of different people, all right, with a little mashup here. And then we will also discuss Claressa and Papoose, all right, and the whole Christmas situationship and issue. All right, so as far as Offset's energy towards Cardi B, post Stefon, okay, and his stepford wives, sister wives, or whatever you want to call it, all right, the Stefon wives or Stepford wives, okay, Steph Cardi, whatever you want to call it, the circus, okay. If you do not know, there is an alleged altercation between Stefon, wherein Stefon did get arrested. I believe it was earlier December, in the month of December. Okay, I don't know if it was the second or whatever, but you can do your research on that if you want to know more about that. Okay, but I just started downloading Offset towards Cardi and his feelings towards her. And he was just in this mindset, like basically, and this is all a legend and for entertainment purposes only, but I just started challenging him last night. And basically, he was just like looking at her and just saying, like, you a fool. You a fool. But really and truly, like Spirit was giving me last night, Offset truly set the tone. Like he set that tone for her. He paved that way. He started the whole making her look like a complete fool. I hate to say it. He paved that way for her to get dragged further, to get fooled further. No. So this is just a channeling. Okay, welcome, Donna. So I was just like down, like it was a channeling. Like I was feeling him, like his feelings towards her. Like after I did the read, yeah, and he was just like in this vision. It was just like a download vision or whatever. He was just like you a fool. Like look at you a fool. But here's the thing, people will run circles around people, and they don't realize that, or they just don't care. But when those two individuals break up, after you done completely made a fool out of someone, then the next ninja comes along and then they feel like they can go head on and run some more circles around and make another fool or monkey out of a person. Right. Yeah. And it's really sad and unfortunate. And ultimately, I'm not blaming Offset because ultimately it is Cardi's choice at the end of the day where how she manages her life, what she puts up when it comes to relationships, okay? But let's just be honest and let's be clear. That is what ninjas think. That is how people think that, okay, your ex-husband, if you put your life in the wrong person's hand, if you're not careful, you'll wind up in a scenario like that when the next person that comes behind your foolish scenario, after you done been drugged and after you done been ran circles around, if you put your life in the wrong person's hand or get with the wrong individual, if they want to be nasty, really and truly, if we're not careful, if we're not cautious, we will wind up with another situation wherein, you could get with a person and they be like, your ex-husband ran circles around you. So what's the difference? I may as well run some circles around you too. And it's really sad and it's unfortunate, but that's just like a lot of times you'll see a pattern of people just keep repetitively going through the same circus scenarios, which is very unfortunate, but people will do that. And it's like if you don't have a backbone, then you will find yourself, or a person like Cardi, you might just find yourself in another circus scenario being dragged on around and again with someone running circles around your ass over and over and again. And it's really sad and it's unfortunate, but I think that she might be in that type of cycle wherein it's just history repeating itself, okay? Now, if Offset could come back in Cardi's life again, I really truly channeled last night that he would play her on her all over again. He would play the fool over on her all over again, okay? He would do the same thing is what I'm trying to say. Because really and truly, I hate to say it, but what I channeled last night after that read was that Offset wants to be the only person, which is so sad, that can, play with her emotions, and just basically run circles around her. He wants to be the only one that does it. He doesn't want to really do anything better. He just wants to be the one to do it. Okay, that's the only difference. And it's really, really sad. And I really feel like he can't look at her in that regard. Like, look at you. You just so foolish. Because really and truly, like, look at you. You so foolish. You such a fool. You just a fool. Because you did it. You set that tone. Not only did you do it, but you, I want to say started it. Because she wasn't married before him. So he kind of started it. Now, at the end of the day, I know that we all have to be grown and we all have to draw that line. We all have to get a backbone for ourselves and stand up for ourselves. But, yeah, that's what it is. That's his energy, y'all. If he could come back in Cardi B's life again, he would play on her all over again. He would run them same circles on her all over again. He would play the fool on her all over and again. That was what I channeled last night. So I got to be honest. That's the energy. That was the energy last night. Welcome, welcome. Okay, so moving right along. Okay, that was from Offset to Cardi B. The only thing that can break this cycle is that Cardi is going to have to draw the line herself and take a stand for herself, all right? And that it is what it is. Hello, welcome, Crystal. Welcome, Crystal. I already said hello to Donna. Thank y'all for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. Now, as far as Claressa, I hope I'm saying her name right, Claressa, and Papoose. Okay, the song that I channel about them, okay, we're going to be bouncing around a little bit tonight. And I have been hearing this song for a while. And the song is, y'all remember that song back in the day? Was it the 90s? I can't fight this feeling anymore. I forgot that I was, no, wait a minute. Okay, so as far as Claressa and Pap, okay, there's a different song. Now, the one I was just saying, that's the song that Pap was, that's the mood that he was in that day on Christmas when he went and met up with Remy Mom. However, the song with Claressa and to Pap, is there's a thin line between love and hate. Okay, y'all all know that movie about the thin line between love and hate. Okay. Okay. Now, the dynamic on Christmas between Remy Ma and Papoose. All right. I did see last night that Remy does play on her feminine side because she knows that Papoose is missing that aspect at home. So Remy is actually upping her energy when it comes to her femininity because she knows and she realizes some kind of way she know, but women know, it's like a person that knows what another individual at home is missing. And then they'll in turn kind of like push that out a little bit more. Okay, oh, really? Oh, really? Oh, you missing that? Oh, you missing some cake? I give you some cake. So I don't know how serious she is about it, but she knows that he's missing this femininity type nature between him and Claressa. It's missing that aspect of their relationship is missing. He's missing a little bit at home, or he's missing that at home. And Claressa knows that. So she tends to lean on her femininity more when she's dealing with Papoose. she tends to just up it and amp it up a little bit more, you know, like, oh, okay, I'm gonna amp this up a little bit more because I see that's what you're missing. So yeah, I'm gonna give you that missing gap, and yeah, I'm gonna do that, okay, for the hell of it. All right. Now I pulled some cards in regards to what I wanted to know was what was the dynamic of Papoose and Remy Ma on Christmas. I really wanted to know, like, what was that whole ordeal? What was going on that day? Okay, it was very important for me to know. And I did pull 5 cards, y'all, and they were very telling to say the least. They were very telling to say the least. So the first cup that was pulled was a Knight of Cups. And then after that, I pulled in this order now, the Knight of Swords, the Five of Wands, and the Three of Pentacles. Y'all probably know where this is headed to. And then the Two of Cups. All right, y'all. So it's very, very clear. All right, so we're going to start with this Knight of Cups, y'all. So basically, this represents like a heartfelt offer, an emotional, charming messenger. You see this knight is coming with something in his hand. It is a cup. It is an offer, okay? It could be a message, but he did offer something on Christmas to Remy Ma, all right? Then with the Knight of Swords coming right behind it, this is like a swift, bold, or direct or intense attraction, or just an abrupt move or something. Like it's very bold, direct, swift. So either he left home swiftly. Okay, so he could have been thinking and contemplating about what to give, what to bring. Okay, it's obvious that he gave something to his daughter that day, I'm sure, on Christmas. But did he give his baby mama something too? I believe that he did. Okay, so he was probably contemplating. And with this Knight of Swords card, as I began to meditate on this energy, because this is something abrupt, I don't think he necessarily, maybe it was a spur of the moment thing. Maybe he did not intend or plan out to just rush over there and like spend time with Remy Ma, you know, and give her all that time and attention to her and her daughter. Like maybe it was just kind of like, okay, maybe Claressa was in the dark. Maybe it was just abrupt as to, maybe he was thinking about it the whole time and planning this cup, okay? But then when he did it, maybe Claressa was in the dark about it, okay? Maybe this is what she felt, okay? Because maybe she didn't know, so that's why it seemed abrupt to her, okay? And he was just like, you know, maybe he was contemplating it, and maybe he didn't just really set out to do what he did and like really put them first, his baby mama, ex, or wait a minute, they still married, right? Maybe he didn't plan on putting his wife and child first that day, you know? So maybe Claressa was the last to know. And I say that because y'all do know that she was spazzing out and crashing out online. She was crashing out. I'm sure y'all saw the video where she was counting the money and going crazy in the Louis Vuitton store and saying, I'm the best, I'm the baddest, I'm the this, I'm the that, comparing herself. And which brings me to my next card. The next one that was put was the Five of Wands. Y'all see the conflict right here. Okay? So we done went from the Knight of Cups. Someone is coming with an offer. Somebody is coming to bring a cup. Okay? They setting out on a mission. You know what? I've been holding this cup. I'm just gonna give this cup right. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna abruptly. This is abrupt. This is swift. This is like nobody can stop me. I'm doing the damn thing. And then we see the conflict, okay, with the Five of Wands. Okay, this represents competition, rivalry, conflict, disagreement, strife, tension. Okay, honey, you look at that. That's bickering. Okay, a disagreement. Competition, okay? Was a competition with Remy or Claressa or both of them? Is this Remy and Claressa fighting for that spot of #1 on that day? Okay? So it could have been Remy telling him, how you gonna forget about our daughter on Christmas? What made Claressa more important than us? Okay? Make her ass wait. Or was that Claressa saying, where the fuck are you? You were supposed to be going to get my gift and you were supposed to be coming back. Okay? Or did she buy her own gift allegedly? Okay, so obviously this, this just represents tension, disagreement. Somebody wasn't happy on that day. We know Claressa ass wasn't happy. So then the next card that was pulled, we have the Three of Pentacles. Okay, the Three of Pentacles means a collaboration, team building, shared goals. Papoose and Remy co-parenting with shared goals. Okay, mutual understanding, team building. So they did get together. All right, and she did, I want to say she kind of won or came first that day, because the way that Claressa was spazzing out, we know that she didn't come first that day. Okay, she was pissed off, because if she wasn't, she wouldn't have been online talking about she the queen, she better than everybody, and this and that. You would have just been better than everybody. You don't have to prove that to nobody if you already know that. So she was crashing out online. We all know that. And then the last card that was pulled was the Two of Cups, which is union, mutual love, partnership, or harmonious romantic soul level connection. So it really looks like Remy Ma got what she wanted, and this is her and Papoose, okay? And yeah, they definitely, all is well that ended well with them. So you see these two people, they have come together with a unified love, partnership, mutual attraction, proposal, marriage, or connection is what that can represent. So both of these people are offering one another a cup. So it looks good for Remy. As far as Christmas, I wanted to see the Christmas dynamic, and there it is. Now, also, the song, back to the song, I did also channel that song from back in the day, I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. I forgot what I was, wait. The song was, I Can't Fight This Feeling Anymore. I forgot what I started fighting for. So I feel like with the Knight of Cups card, that Papoose really and truly, he had been contemplating, and maybe it was unexpected to him too that day. Maybe he didn't mean to just, I'm just going to abruptly do this thing. Maybe it was just an abrupt, spur of the moment, split second decision, or maybe he had been contemplating it and then he just rushed on in with it with the next card that was pulled, which is the Knight of Swords. Like, I'm not gonna fight it no more. Y'all remember that song back in the day. I forgot what I started fighting for. I keep getting the song wrong, but it was just I don't know what the name of the group is that sing that. It's like a rock and roll type song, but I believe it was the song from the 90s. Yeah, like, I can't fight it, and I'm just going to give in. And then we see the conflict, okay? So Claressa was probably calling him or what have you, and whatever it was, she was upset. And I believe he probably told her, no, I'll be there when I get done. All right? Which, okay, the Three of Pentacles. All right? That's him and Remy collabing and working together, co-parenting or whatever that could represent with the baby, with their daughter that they have together. And then the end result was the Two of Cups. They both are offering one another a mutual cup. So that was pretty much it. So, hello, welcome. Thank y'all for coming. Oh, one more thing. I had this dream about Cardi B and Stefon last night. And in the dream, Cardi B and Stefon were getting out of a vehicle together. Not only did Cardi B have her children, but she also had like a couple of Stefon kids. I believe I saw two of them, like one right here on her hip, another one on the other side. It was just really weird. Like, it was them and all the kids together. So I don't know if it's just a crazy dream or if it really means something. Maybe they're going to be collabing together, trying to do some PR stuff, some co-parenting stuff to make it look good for TV or cameras or whatever, while he's going through this litigation, assault charge type thing in court with lawyers and all that. Maybe he's been told to make some appearances with Cardi B. I don't know, but I will tell y'all this. In the dream, like, a whole lot of people, different people were criticizing her, talking about, what the hell is Cardi B doing out there looking like a fool with all Stefon kids? Got her kids and his kids and all these kids. Why is she doing that? Look at Cardi B looking so stupid. Like, people were just really, really slamming her. But maybe it's just a crazy dream I had. But she had all her kids, and she had like Stefon child on her hip, one hip over here, one hip over here on the other side. A couple of his kids. I know that I believe a couple of his baby mamas don't want Cardi B around their kids, but in my dream, I don't know if it's just a crazy dream or if they're going to come together and make some appearances to do some PR-ish looking stuff. Everything here is a legend for entertainment purposes only, to make it look good for the camera so he can get off of that charge. I don't know, but that is what I dream. And thank y'all for being here. Please like, share, and subscribe. That's all that I have tonight, and I'll be back later with more. I love y'all, people.